You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jack Emulsion, the executive producer in charge of all productions made here at Paramount.
We want people to know how important it is to find someone to fuck.
And before showing this picture, I felt I should at least explain.
I mean really fuck the living shit out of. If you can do that for 55 years, I guess you're doing something right.
The motion picture you're about to see isn't the run-of-the-mill film fare that has been presented to the movie-going public of late. We chose to make what you're about to see a film based on fun.
Mensch, die Kamera läuft ja schon. Ja, komm doch mal hierher.
And it's just a little different.
Ja, komm.
insofar as there is no story and no plot.
So, haha. Jetzt warte mal. Wart mal, Bursche, jetzt wollen wir mal sehen. So.
That's right. I said no story, no plot.
Ach Mensch, Gisela, doch nicht auf die Blumen. Hierher. Komm hierher. Ja, so.
It is actually a series of silly sequences.
Oh, jetzt kommt er. Jetzt kommt er. Lass mal Papa ran. Lass mal Papa ran.
Or you might say it is a visual diary in the life of a real nut.
Jetzt müsst ihr sein. Junge, 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 Junge. Ha. Toll, was?
It's real silly. Oh, put it on! Show it to him! Put it on!
These four rooms, bright and iron and withered fumes, far below these sinful means.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dave Darren Show, fresh off vacation. I'm charged up, and let me say hello to Terry, who had time problems. So who else? Brian, good to see Brian. He asked why Terry was panties in a bunch, because she asked me like 7 times what time my show airs. My show airs, calculate the event invite. It's not that hard. Basic mathematics. I thought Terry was a teacher. Calculate East Coast time zone, Pacific time zone. I give you the time it airs in the Pacific time zone. I give you the time it airs in the East Coast time zone. She's in the East Coast. Do the math, and you don't have to do the math. Just figure out what my invite in says. All right, so today a little bit of corporate stuff, because I do shows that are fun. And I'm going to start doing the music show on 4/29 because you can see how stressed relieved I am. But today I came back from vacation early morning this morning, all right? My wife and I and Willie had a great time at the beach in California. We had a blast. Willie was swimming in the ocean. I think we turned him into a fish. He lost one leg. He's growing a fin. He's in the background here somewhere. You probably can't see. Oh, yeah, you can see him a little bit. He's over there mellowed out. He's chilling out because he had a great vacation. I come home today, and let me tell you guys, if you voted on Tuesday, what was that? Super Tuesday, whatever the fuck that was, I'll tell you, don't vote for a socialist, and I'll tell you why. Vote for smaller government, and here is exactly why. They want you to believe how fucking hard it is to have your own business, and that you need the government to bail your ass out. Here's why you don't. Now, for some of you guys that know, I'm going to get a little bit corporate here. And we're going to have some fun again, all right? But let me tell you something. And don't call yet, because I want to talk about this, all right? I'm going to talk about the way you can still survive in America, all right? So for any of you guys that know, I hire 9 people. I'm a project manager. I hire 9 project managers to staff projects that I've got. Now, if you remember over the course of the new year, Wells Fargo, one of my contracts ended. So I had 2 people that were on that contract that I was worried about. Because I want to keep people engaged. I want to keep them to get continually paid. I want them to come to Dave Darren's gig. And I'm not going to give you the name of my corporation because it's very different than the radio thing I do. But I want to keep them employed. I want to keep their families wealthy, happy, and healthy. All right? That's what I want. Wealth, happy, and healthy. That's what I want. So fortunately, I found New Jersey Motor Vehicle and Molina Healthcare to stack them up. So they're now employed. But I got 9 people working for me. Now, to tell you the ins and outs of the way government tells you you can't survive, but you can survive. I'm a business owner. My guys make $55 an hour. I'll just tell you exactly what they make. They make $55 an hour, and they get 70% of their health care paid for. 30% they pay for their own. So if you figure it out, the average health care is about $1,000 a month for 2 people, all right? So they pay, wouldn't you like to have a job where you pay $300 a month for your health care? Wouldn't you love that? Isn't that unheard of today? Where I'm paying $700 worth of your health care, you're paying $300. If you're a single employee without a wife, you're paying about $240. I think it's $240 a month for your health care. If you've got children, then I think you're paying $400 a month. But wouldn't you like to pay $300 a month for your health care, or $400 a month for your health care for a family of however many you have? Wouldn't that be rocking solid? Wouldn't that be really cool? That's what happens. Now, I'll tell you how I survive, and how if you're an entrepreneur, you can survive. That's a hard word to say. It's a harder word to spell. I always have to spell check entrepreneur, because I'm not an egotistical prick that calls himself an entrepreneur, but I guess I happen to be, all right? Here's how you can survive doing it. It's pretty easy. I hire 9 guys. They get paid $55 an hour. I bill them out to all the clients that they work for, Molina Healthcare, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Motor Vehicle. I bill them out at $61 an hour, all right? So I make $6 an hour per contract employee. Now, I charge the clients that I send the employees to, I charge them what I call a corporate placement rate of $4 an hour. So I make $10 an hour per employee. So if you think of it, nine employees, I make, can you believe Dave Darren makes $90 an hour off the people that work for him? Now, you're going to think that's a prick move. That's what you're going to think. Dave's only placing them, and he makes $90 an hour for all these guys. Dave's a real prick, right? But you're not considering the healthcare that I told you about. If you think about it, $90 an hour over a 40-hour work week, if you calculate $10 an hour per employee times 9 is $90 an hour, times 40 hours a week equals $3,600. And it cost me to supply them with 70% of their health insurance. It cost me about $7,000 a month for these guys. I've got a really good group plan to cover these guys. And they have a very low deductible, by the way, all right? So it cost me about $7,000. So if you think about it, it takes me 2 weeks of these guys working at my profit of $90 an hour times 2 weeks equals $7,200. So $7,000 gets paid for their health care. So after 2 weeks, I've only made $200 total from these guys working. Now, the next 2 weeks, I do make the profit so I can survive, and I bill myself out as well. So now, just to tell you about today's attempt to bill myself out, okay? I get a contract with Arizona, one of the Arizona governments. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's one of those like Department of Economic Security we've got Child Protection Services. We got all of the things going on here in the state of Arizona, like they do in every single state in the entire country, all right? And every single county in the entire country, right? So I'm trying to bill myself out again at $55 an hour, and I'm going to charge the company for me $61 an hour. So actually, I found this job, and they wanted to hire Dave Darren's corporation by first hiring me to see how I do, and then potentially bringing on other staff members for multiple projects. So this was like a trial thing, bringing me in. So I got the assignments, and I'm having a conversation. I read the job description. Initially, it said project manager. Now, it said project manager / business analyst / scrum master. Now, business analyst, that's the guy that goes to the business and figures out what they need, what is required of the project that they're trying to do. If it's a technical project like I do, like suppose it was insurance, one of the requirements is to capture the information about the potential customer, and a variety of stuff. Just capture stuff that needs to happen that used to be written on a piece of paper. Now you're capturing with an application. It's called the business requirement. Business analysts do that. Project managers manage the project, the time behind it, the resources, the budget, and all that stuff. So they're very different occupations. Project manager, business analyst, and a scrum master. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It sounds like they should rename that. Scrum master sounds like crumb and a scum combined. They call it Scrum Master. It's a horrible fucking name for it. They ought to change the name, but you never forget that name, right? Scrum Master. So here I am. I'm reading the job description. It's got these 3 things going on, right? So I think about it, and I think this government should be a little bit more swift about it. Probably the job description is a little bit off. They probably put like, the guy's got to know how to do business analysts. He has to know how to manage them. He has to know how to engage with the Scrum Master. But we're looking for a project manager, right? So I go on the interview. Now, before that interview, by the way, before that took place, I got a second job description from the same company, from the same government authority, telling me that the job description changed. So instead of it being a $61 an hour consulting gig, which I was going to bill myself out at that rate and pay myself via the corporation I own to pay me so I make that money, all right? So here's what happened. They sent me an updated job requirement. They said it's a 6-month contract. and then a conversion of full-time employee, all right? So now if you calculate, this is the way it's done in consulting, just to give you guys a little bit of a knowledge of how friggin' hard it is to do what I do, but you can do it. Like I told you, you can make a profit being an entrepreneur, owning your own business, despite what the fucking government tells you, where everyone has to be socialized and distributing of the wealth, redistributing of the wealth. It's a fucking nightmare. You can do it on your own if you ain't lazy. And I never use that word ain't. If you ain't lazy, you can fucking do it. Don't let the Bernie Sanders tell you that you need socialized programs up the ass, all right? So let me tell you where was I with this? So, okay. The job description change is going to be a full-time employee. Now, if you take $60 an hour, actually $61 an hour, but round it to $60 an hour, the way that usually calculates to a full-time employee is you take $60 an hour, you multiply it by 2 is 120, and put 3 zeros at the end. It equals about $120,000. Now, if you're getting full-time benefits, healthcare, you can usually subtract $10,000 from it. And then you can think, okay, I can engage with this company as a full-time employee for about $110,000 a year, plus the benefits equal $10,000. It's $120,000 a year, which equals the consultant rate, all right? So I get this change in the job description. They tell me, okay, Dave, you're going to work for $61 an hour for 6 months, up to 6 months. It could be 3 to 6 months. Then we want to convert your ass over to a full-time employee. And by the way, I wasn't going to be a full-time employee. I was hoping that they would hire me, see what kind of kick-ass job I do, and then hire me or hire some of my other guys to take over the consultant role so we can continue the relationship, all right? So I wanted to engage with them as a consulting initially because there's no guarantee that you're going to convert to full-time, and you don't have to convert to full-time. So I was going in there with the 6-month opportunity to build myself out. But then they tell you the conversion of full-time employee, instead of, remember I told you 110 plus $10,000 worth of benefits equals 120,000. So you should come out of that as a senior level project manager. You should be paid $110,000 a year. They were going to convert me from $61 an hour as a consultant to $89,000 as a salary, which actually sucks. So it was like a bait and switch thing that they were going to do. So I get on the phone with the guy because I figure, okay, I'm going to have the interview and hopefully bill myself out. It's $61 an hour, as well as I have the other guys billing out for my company. So I thought it was going to be kind of kick-ass to get myself to work for 6 months as a project manager, to keep fresh, because to be a continuing project manager, you have to have, by the way, continuing hours of a project manager to keep your certification in good standing, all right? Because you're a certified project manager, it adds value to what you do. It's like going to college and all that shit, right? So I have an interview with the guy. He comes on. I feel like I'm being interviewed by Mr. Spock. He's got no fucking personality at all. Nothing whatsoever. Usually when I go on interviews, at least they ask you, well, introduce yourself to us. None of that. Right to the fucking questions, which is okay, all right? All right, I can deal with that. Because he's a guy that maybe is like that on the phone. When I get in there and I'm working with him, maybe it's going to be a little bit different, a little less stressful. I'm not taking any calls yet. Didn't I say not any calls yet until I've finished this? So hang on, guys, and then I will get to your phone calls. But here we go. And this is not a daytime call. If it was, I'd have to answer it. But I'm not taking any daytime calls tonight either because I'm fresh off vacation, all right? So here's what. Is it going to stop ringing? I got to press this button. Stop ringing already. I thought it was supposed to go to voicemail already. Fucking stop ringing. There we go. It stopped. I had to press the other button. So I had the phone call with the guy, all right? The hiring manager. So he gets on. He's like, Mr. Spock, asking me all these questions. And as he's asking me the questions, he's asking me like a project management question, which I could easily answer. Then he's asking me a business analyst question. I could answer it because, like I said, I work with business analysts. So I know what they do, so I could answer the question accurately. Then he's asking me questions about being a scrum master, which I could answer the question sort of, because I work with scrum masters, but I've never done it. I've been a business analyst a little bit, so I know what they do and I know how to do it. And I know that I'm capable of doing it. But then he asked me the Scrum Master question, which I could vaguely answer. And as I'm vaguely answering, then I said, you know what, do you mind me asking you a question? He said, okay, go ahead. So my question to him was, I said, you know what? I said, you're trying to hire 3 people, 3 roles, and you're trying to pay one guy to do those 3 roles. So first of all, I said, you know what? Are you trying to hire, I felt like saying, are you trying to hire a jack-off of all trades? I said, are you trying to hire a jack of all trades? Because I said this, I said, to be a project manager, you should be looking for a professional who's focused and dedicated on doing that. You want to hire a business analyst, you should be hiring a second individual to be a professional in that career. You want a scrum master, hire a fucking professional who's dedicated his a few years, at least a few years, 5 years. I think they were looking for 5 years of experience for that. So I said, you're looking for someone 5 years of experience, dedicated and focused to that. You get one guy who's doing all three. You're going to get one guy that's either crappy at doing it or marginally good at doing it. You're not going to hire a guy that's great and kick-ass at doing any of the all three, because they all take a 40-hour work effort to do it. A 40-hour work week to be a professional at doing this shit. So I said to him, I said, why are you doing that? Why are you hiring one person to do 3 significant roles to bring you success in the project? And he tells me, well, we initially we used to do that. We used to hire 3 people to do these jobs. Now we hire 1 to do all 3. And I said, I told him, I said, you know what? That also means that I said to him, I said that mean, and I can say that because I own my own business, and this prick is coming in trying to hire me at $61 an hour to do 3 jobs, and then after 6 months he's trying to hire me as a full-time employee, paying me $89,000 a year, which is by far less than the contracting rates, dangling the carrot of health care, which I can supply for myself since I supply it to 9 people already, right? So I can add myself one. And in fact, I do already. I don't need the benefit, so I don't need to be a full-time employee, and I don't need to have the bait and switch of consultant and then full-time employee at $20,000 less a year. You fucking out of your mind. So then I told him, I said, you know what? I said, this means to me that I have no interest in dealing with you guys. And I said, I'll tell you another reason. You're trying to hire one guy to do 3 roles, and you're trying to pay him one person's salary. I said, you know what? I'll take the job if you pay me $120 or $6. I said, I calculated it. I didn't make this mistake. I said very clearly, I said, I'll take the job if you pay me $180 an hour. I'll take the job. I'm going to do 3 jobs. I'm going to do 3 jobs of 3 people, each being paid $60 an hour. Actually, consultants, project managers make $60 an hour. Business analysts make less. Scrum masters make less. But you know what? Fuck him. If he's going to try to fuck me, I'm going to tell him I'll do the job for $180 an hour. 3 people's worth of work, 60, 120, 180. I'll do it for $180 an hour. Of course, he said no. And I said, well, great. I have no interest in working for you anyway. So I said, my contract with you is I removed myself from the opportunity to work with you. And I didn't even give him a chance to say goodbye. I hung up on the fucker. This is what I got to say to you guys. When you try to work for a company, respect what you do. Don't let people take their fist and shove it right up your ass. Don't let that happen, all right? If you're going to get a fist shoved up your ass, then you know what? Try to shove it up their ass and run them like a puppet, all right? I think that's what we should do. You can make, bottom line is, we just went through, what was that, Super Tuesday or what? I didn't even know what it was because I'm not a Democrat at all. I think they're Democrats. That's what, I give names to everyone, right? I call them Democrats. That's what I call them, Democrat. I should call them Demon Craps, because the crap of shit that they're trying to tell you, that you need the government behind you so you can survive. You don't need the government behind you to survive. If you're intelligent individuals who haven't been brainwashed by an education system that is trying to make you submissive to everything the government wants to do to take you over, fuck that. Do stuff on your own. You can do it. I do it. You can do it if you're smart enough to do it and if you're focused enough to do it. And make sure that you do not get used by people in corporate America who will definitely try to use your ass. If you've got the ability to work on your own and do it on your own. Let's see. I'm going to do a commercial here. I'm going to come back and play some music. I'm going to read some of the, unblock me. Who says this? Blue Sparrow, unblock me. I'm your friend. I ain't unblocking anyone that I blocked before, because remember, I was getting hecklers and trolls. If I block somebody, then you know what? I blocked your ass for a reason. And if you recall, the reason I blocked people's asses is because I had troll. Who was this? Let's. You know what? I did say, did I not say hang on until I'm finished with my monologue here, and then I will take calls? Did I not say that? Hang on. Pull your panties up, or pull your brow over your head so you don't, or pull your brow over your ears so you don't have to hear me until I'm done talking. When you see my mouth stop moving, then call in, all right? Commercial time right now on the Dave Darren Show, then a piece of music, all right? Let's do a commercial and a piece of music, and I'll be back after station identification.
Sword bound?
No thanks. I'd rather have Russian Bear.
Who needs a sword when you have Russian Bear? It's a bodybuilder's right to fight for.
Free bodybuilding program from Val Vassilov with Purchase.
If you've got a passion for fashion and you've got a craving for saving, take the wheel of your automobile and swing on down to Ideal.
You and me, we rest upon the stars, and all the world is ours. Oh, oh. 2 or 3, surrender to your knees and blow me in the breeze. But don't expect my love. Don't expect my love. Don't expect my love. No, no. So don't expect my love. You and me, we could have made it far. You should have walked me to the car, but no. Now I see that you want to follow me, but you sent it off to sea when you left me hanging. Don't expect my love. No, no. Don't expect my love. You don't get my love. So don't expect my love, 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 love. Should've known better with a fool like you that I would love everything you do, but you've been treating me wrong. Should've known better than to fall for you, that it would kill all the love I knew. You brought my favorite CD, and I wanna go home, 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 home. Don't expect my love. Don't expect my love. Don't expect it, don't expect it, don't expect it, babe. Don't get my love. Don't expect my love, love. Love, 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 love.
That music ended quicker. I wasn't ready to come back. I was looking over here to do some other stuff, looking for notes. So let me tell you, if you want to call into the show, call in. You can call in 1 minute, all right? By the way, the music that you just heard is going to be a band. One of the guys, the guy in the middle, is going to be in the Dave Darren Show to talk about his music and his band. He's one of the guys coming up on a new music show beginning on 4/29. So let's see. Who was saying anything? Michael, he's so nice. Who says that? By the way, Blue Sparrow wants me to unblock him, and I was getting to it before I decided to take a commercial break. Here's why I blocked some people, and here's exactly why I'm not going to unblock them. If you recall, I was having trolls and hecklers being part of the show. Now, if you want to call into the show tonight and you want to be a heckler or a troll, you know what? The phone line's open. I'm going to take anyone's call tonight since I'm refreshed from my vacation. So I can babysit your asses if you want to be a heckler or a troll. You can call up either 480-236-2111, which is the number at the top of the screen, or if you wanted to call my corporate number, which I have now set aside for the new Rock and Roll Dave Darren Show beginning 4/29. That number is 609-467-4000. What host do you know of, except for Howard Stern, that's got a number with 3 zeros at the end, all right? 609-467-4000. That's because I know how to run a fucking business as an entrepreneur. So here's exactly why I blocked some of the people that I blocked. The trolls and the hecklers were trying to dominate the program. In fact, I had this one guy, what was his name? I gave him a fake name too. I had, what was it, Richard? I'm trying to remember what I called him. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think his name is Richard Groper, but I called him Richard. I abbreviated to Dick. And Groper, I now call him Groin Pain. So Dick Groinhead was the guy. Again, hang on. I said 1 minute. Hang on before you fucking call. Wait till my mouth stops moving. It's like Crazy Eddie. Remember him? Crazy Eddie. I'm Crazy Dave today, all right? So I'm a little bit hyper. Plus, don't put me on vacation, because when I come off vacation, I'm a fucking knucklehead. Especially, look at the shirt I got on. I got a brand new shirt on indicating the desert scenery in Arizona, all right? So what I had is I had this guy, Dick Groin Pain, who was a groin pain to me, and actually he and his troll friends blocked me on Facebook for 7 days, all right? So as a result of that, you know what? If I'm getting censored and some of you guys are heckling people that are on chat, you know what? I'm blocking your asses and I'm censoring your asses. Especially I'm going to censor your asses when I start doing the music show and I have bands on like I did before, like Toto, Bad Company. You know, if you want to troll their asses, you know what? They are rock stars. And you know what? They can handle it because they get all the time, they got their groupies, they got people that don't like their music because they're mainstream bands, and people don't like mainstream bands sometimes. Look at all the criticism Kiss gets, especially Gene Simmons. How much crap does that guy take? So they can handle it. So if you want to be a troll and call into the music show, you can try to get on, but I'm going to block your asses. And when you call up, I'm going to take your phone number and I'm going to call it out so that anyone that listens to the show can call up your nasty asses and fuck around with you, all right? So that's what we're going to start. So if I blocked you, you know what? I blocked you for a reason. You're going to remain fucking blocked. I'm sorry. If you want to call up, and by the way, my mouth's going to stop moving. If you want to call up right now, 609-467-4000. Try the new number, 609-467-4000. Use my kick-ass phone number to call me, all right, if you want to call. You can call right now, and I will answer. Whoever rings, I will answer. It can be a troll. It can be a heckler. It can be Dick Groin Pain calling up. I will answer your call tonight because I'm in the fucking mood to rock and roll. I got my tea here. By the way, who else do you know drinks coffee and tea from a cup like this, who dresses like this, who does a professional show like this, who knows how to occupy the airtime without a fucking break in? I am the reverse of low energy Jeb Bush. Remember him? Trump called him. Let's take this. This is Dave Darren. Who? Let me guess who this is. Let me guess. Wait. Let me put my thinking cap on. Hang on. I'm putting it on. I'm putting my thinking cap on. All right. I got my thinking cap on. This is Terry. Am I right?
Oh, you're right, David. Yes.
All right. What's going on? Remember, today I'm in a mean, nasty mood, like you said. What's going on?
You are the most nasty
Yes.
person I ever met.
Let me pat
Coming home from vacation.
Let me tap myself on the back. I'm tapping myself on the back. I'm tapping myself on the back right now for being a mean prick today. I'm patting myself on the back.
Yeah, that's cool,
Yes.
David.
So I'm going to put on the glasses you hate. I'm going to put on the glasses you hate. I'm going to put on the glasses you hate. I've got them on too, all right?
If you put those white glasses on,
I did.
David,
I put them on.
swear to God,
I put them on.
I'll never forget you.
They're on. They're on. My white glasses are on. What do you want to say?
No, they're not. I can see the TV.
Yep, they're on. I look good, don't I?
David.
Yes,
don't do it.
David.
Please, David, don't do it.
No, my name's Dave, not David.
Dear.
When my mom's angry, when my mom's angry, she calls me David. All right. But now, but remember, I breastfed off of my mother. I did not breastfeed off of you. So to you, it's Dave. It's not David.
Let me tell you, I'm not a teacher. I have a PhD.
Piled high and deep.
In education.
Piled high and deep. All right.
Not just a teacher.
You're not.
Now let me tell you something else.
Teach me.
You are in Mountain Standard Time. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm at Mountain Standard Time. You know what? Every night I mount my wife, so I call it Mountain Standard Time. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, now, if that's so,
Yes.
when you're on at, I think it was 8 o'clock, did you say you were going to be on? 7, 8, 9, yeah.
No. I'm going to be on at
Then
8.
I should assume that you're going to be on at 10 o'clock in Massachusetts.
Oh, well, okay. See, that's that Massachusetts time zone you got going. By the way, I'm not on at 8 o'clock. I'm on at 8 o'clock and 13 minutes and 26 seconds. All right, I have another caller. Now, let's connect you guys. All right, I'm going to connect you with someone else who's calling. Hang on.
Yes, please.
Hello, this is Dave Barron. Who's calling? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good, Dave.
Okay, I'm going to put you on. I'm going to connect you with Terry at the same time. We're going to try to see if I can keep Terry quiet for a moment while I engage you. Okay, by the way, who is calling? What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Jeff from Ohio.
Okay, Jeff, I'm going to put you on. Let's see. I've got...
All right.
Okay. Hey, Jeff.
Ready?
Okay, now, Jeff, I've got Jeff on. Terry. Jeff, you know Jeff. Terry's on. We're going to see if we can... talk to Jeff for a second. And we're going to see, and we're going to give Terry a little bonus if she can remain quiet while we talk to Jeff. Okay, so Jeff, what's going on?
Not much, Dave. I think we talked earlier, interesting topic tonight. Definitely corporate America is, really screwing the average person. I agree with you. They do some weird stuff. I've been working for them for 30 years, and, it's just, it's not going to get any better, I don't think. But I'm glad there's people like you who are helping the little man. That's for sure.
Well, I help out the guys that work for me, and I help them out to get medical benefits. A lot of companies now don't pay medical benefits at all. Full-time employees, I'm assuming that they do to a degree, but I pay 70% of their health care, which I think is as good as I can do in order to engage them working for me. So I pay most of their benefits. I hire 9 people. They work and they do a great job, and I reward them. Actually, we go to Christmas dinners. During Christmas, I take the 9 guys out to a Christmas dinner, and they enjoy. So I try to treat them with respect. But as a result, I expect corporations that hire my guys treat them and treat me with respect. And when they don't, I want to shout them out like I did today to that prick who tried to hire me and tried to bait and switch the job and then tried to downgrade my salary and then tried to make me do 3 fucking jobs and pay me 1 salary for 3 guys. You're in your work. Are you an IT guy? I think you are, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, now, are you a project manager, business analyst, scrum master? Do you want to identify which of those 3 you are? Or different? You might be one of a different party.
I did a lot of project managing. Now I'm more into remote and on-site troubleshooting.
Okay.
So I'm going around different places and, doing on-site technical aspect of work.
Okay, now do you feel, was I wrong when I said, you know what, project managers, business analysts, and scrum masters are 3 different roles, and you can get certified in each of them, by the way. So those are 3 roles. Pay the fucking people, pay 3 people to do those jobs. Was I wrong at all, or was I correct?
No, you were right. I wish that people would pay, 3 people for that job.
Absolutely.
I'm doing like 4 jobs.
Uh-huh.
And, it's real rough to try to separate the 2 when it needs to be separated and then, combine them when they need to be combined. And you're basically getting, you're getting right there with the coals that way.
Absolutely. You're overworked, underpaid, doing 3 people's job. And by the way, one of the disrespects that you're doing, if I took a job like that, would be I would be making it common for that agency to combine those 3 jobs into 1 for other people that come in the door. So that's disrespectful for me to come in there. That's like me disrespecting the other occupations, because I am then saying, you know what, we're all worth less. Pay us all less. I don't want to be the guy that's downgrading the entire economic structure of what those 3 people should be doing. I want to be the guy that says, you know what, fuck you, pay 3 people. I don't want to be the guy that's making minimum I don't want to be the guy that's telling them, you know what, you guys are worth a lot less than you're getting paid. I don't like that. I want people to get paid what they're worth. That's what I want.
Well, I had a project recently where I'm a project manager for this client, and I bring in 3 other guys to do their specific job. But since I know those other 3 jobs, here they're calling me back, but they're like, we don't want the other 3. I'm like, no, it's a package deal. These guys are here for the work. I've told them that they've got a job. Right. You know, we came as a 4-man crew for this job. You can't just go ahead and cut 3 of them out and just only pay me. But they do that all the time. They try it all the time. We don't let them do it.
I bet they do. And you know what? Unions, I used to work for New Jersey Motor Vehicle. I got one guy there at New Jersey Motor Vehicle now. And New Jersey is a union shop. And you know what? I used to hate unions because I remember when I had my own first business and I went to do a demo at one of these convention centers and set up my little booth there and stuff. I couldn't do it on my own. The union guys came over and they said, Dave, you cannot do it on your own. We as the union have to set up all of your equipment in the Valley Forge Convention Center. That's where it was. So I didn't like unions because I was also working at General Electric and I wanted to do some work behind the computer cabinet. So I wanted to go with a screwdriver and open the cabinet. The union guys came over and they said, Dave, you are not allowed to open that cabinet. It's a union job. We're the guys with the screwdriver. So I used to hate unions, but now, I see validity in the unions because the United States corporations will take advantage of us. And you know what? I think there's some validity in the unions because someone's got to stand up for people that don't stand up for themselves and don't have me standing up for them on their behalf. We got to start really, I want people to be able to make what they're worth and be proud to be able to collect what they're worth. That's what I want.
No, it's too common of a practice now how they're, one manning a thing. The quality, I can tell the quality goes down in any job, no matter if it's IT, electrical, whatever job. If you're one manning a job because that person can do it all, you're cheering over the other guys, and also the quality is going to go down. Because
Absolutely.
I like to focus on overall projects and let the specialists do their specialty. That's why they get a degree. That's why they're certified.
Exactly right. I agree with that 100%. They're certified. They are professionals. They have focused on that one occupation. That's what their profession is. That's what their skill is. That's what they offer. You should not be that diverse. You could be a jack of 10 trades and suck at every one of them. You can be marginally good at 3, but you can be a professional at 1. I like to be a professional at 1 rather than being horrible at 10. And that's what I told this guy today. I said, you know what? I said, I am a great project manager. I got great project managers that work for me. If you want me to be a project manager, hire me as a project manager. I will not do the other 2 jobs you want me to do unless you pay me $180 an hour. That's what I told them.
Yeah, it's gotten worse in the last, I'd say, 10 years. I've been doing this 30 years.
Yep. Why?
And it just gets worse where it's just, every time you come up to talk to a client and negotiate something, it's, well, can you do it?
Yeah.
Well, no, I have a 4 to 5 man crew. No, can you do it? I'm like, no, sorry.
Right. I know. It is. You're right. It has gotten worse in the last 20 years. I've been doing this 20 years. It's gotten worse in the last 20 years. And it's gotten a lot worse. I get calls all the time from offshore recruiters. And the bullshit you get from those guys, first of all, you get some of them that use fake names. They use the name of Joe Smith. And one of the guys, I actually interviewed him during one of my daytime shows. He actually called up and I confronted him on the air. I said, your name's Joe Smith? You sound like you're eating curry. How could your name be Joe Smith? And he's telling me his name's Joe Smith because Americans won't talk to him. So he has a fictitious American name so that American people will talk to him with the name Joe Smith. And then they're telling me that they're looking to fill an urgent requirement. And then I tell the guys, I said, are these people looking for someone urgently in the next 2 or 3 hours? Or do they want to fill the occupation, the job, with the proper person who's got the best skills? So urgency should not be the prime directive of trying to hire a person. They have to find the right person for the job, not an urgent hire. And then they tell me it's a direct client. I tell them, direct client. So you met the guy, you shook his hand, you had coffee with him. And no, of course not. They're in India, and this guy's in New York City. They never met the guy. So you get a bunch of bullshit on top of it all, which is brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah, it is, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate you understanding my philosophy here and my reaming this guy out today. And I think he deserved a spanking. I think if I had a spank sound effect, I'd play it right now, but I don't. But thanks so much for calling, Jeff. I appreciate you calling the Dave Barron Show.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Yep.
All right. Terry, are you still there? We can get back to you now.
Yes, I thought I was going to get to talk to Jeff.
Oh, no. Well, no. Jeff wanted to talk to me. I'm clapping you because we were able to talk to Jeff. Okay, so Terry, what's going on in your life? What do you want to talk to me about besides
well,
being angry at me?
My screen is frozen.
The screen's frozen.
You're frozen on my screen.
Okay.
So you must be frozen on everyone's screen.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I think you are, Mr. Darren.
I'm frozen
Oh,
out.
boy, you are so disagreeable today.
Now,
But you're not going to get my voice to raise up to Edith Falco level. It's not going to happen.
how about Marge Simpson? How about?
You're not going to make me nervous.
No, we got Marge Simpson out of here. We're trying to get to Edith Bunker. We got Marge Simpson right now. So can you?
So you're not going to get Edith Bunker.
All right.
I said no.
Is my screen still frozen?
Pardon me?
Is my screen still frozen? Am I moving now?
No, you're not.
Because I'm shaking my
I
hips
wouldn't
right
teach you about it, Dave. You're not moving.
I'm trying to stimulate you right now. I'm shaking my hips and I'm grinding like Elvis
Nothing
Presley.
has happened, David.
I'm grinding like Elvis
Nothing.
Presley, and you can't see my grinding Elvis Presley look right now. I'm grinding. I'm looking
So
good.
I have you on pause? Oh.
I think you have me on menopause. I think you
I
have.
had you on pause.
I think you have me on menopause. I think it's menopause, not pause. I think it's menopause.
No, that was a long time ago, honey.
So,
That was a long time ago.
okay, Kathleen says night to Blue Sparrow, who probably gave up because I got him blocked and he's pissed. We got another call. Let's take another call. Terry, hang on the line. Hang on.
Okay.
Hey, this is Dave Barron. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hi, Dave. This is Art Vandelay. I'm calling from California. How are you?
Oh, okay. So, by the way, this is, I'm going to guess. Let me see. Let me pull this up. This is Dick. Let's see. I see your name. This is Dick Groinpain, correct? Dick Groinpain on the Dave Barron Show. What's going on?
Oh, I was just watching you, and it does sound like you're giving quite a nice lecture on business and how to run a successful business.
And you have a much more successful business than me, because I recognize the voice. So you're going to tell me that you are a successful guy when you're calling right now, probably from a trailer park with probably you probably got some booze in the background. You're going to drink from a plastic cup, and you're going to drive your broken down Kia, which is going to spill body parts off your car, driving down the road when you go to work tomorrow, right? So that's what you're going to. But you're going to pretend that you're a corporate guy, right? You're going to pretend. Let's do make believe. This is who was that guy that did the Land of Make Believe? That was the guy, Mr. Rogers. The Land of Make Believe. Welcome to the show, Dick Groinpain. What's going on? Tell us your fiction today.
Well, I would never claim to be quite the businessman that you are, Dave.
Okay, good.
I think.
Go ahead. Let's get to the anger that's behind your conversation tonight. Let's drop the friendliness and get right to your hostility. Go ahead.
My hostility would be that I am far superior the businessman that you are and will always be. And let's not forget that.
No, let's forget. You know what? Let's forget the bullshit.
Eat my ass.
There we go.
Fuck.
There we go. Let's get rid of him because I'm tired of Dick Groinpain calling up. Terry, we're back to you because I dropped Dick Groinpain off because he was moving from the groin to the ass area. He's a pain in the ass. He's a millennial that's a failed millennial, and he failed to be remaining on the show for continuing dialogue. I cut him off. So Terry, let's get back to you. What are you up to now?
Who were you talking to?
I was talking to Dick Groinpain.
To who?
Dick Groinpain.
Oh.
Yeah, I have nicknames for people that are pain in the asses. I'm going to start nicknaming trolls. I'm going to start nicknaming trolls at this moment. So, what is going on? Are you now not angry with me because you see me with my hat and my glasses?
Well, David,
Yeah, I put my glasses back on now, my white glasses. Go ahead.
when you said 8 o'clock this evening,
Still, we're on that.
MSC was beside that.
No, I
So
said I said I'm on.
My time would be 10 o'clock, David.
No, I said I'm on. Did you read? Okay, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the event invite for today.
Hold up, David.
I'm going to pull it up. Hang on.
Good.
Let me see. I'm going to move me over. I'm going to pull up a browser.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to pull up Facebook, that lame product called Facebook, owned by that dickhead Mark Zuckerberg, who I blocked him, by the way. Mark Zuckerberg cannot become a fan of the Dave Darren Show because I decided to block his ass. All right, I'm going to go to Dave Darren Show. We got some George Conway donates to Joe Biden's presidential campaign. Look at that. There's
Yes.
I got to nickname Joe Biden. I got to come up with a nickname for him. Anyone comes up with a nickname, let me know, okay? But here we go. I'm going to go to my today's. Okay, see here, today's topic is do not take abuse. Respect yourself. You noticed here, I do have on here a time. And the time is, let me see if I click on it. It should give me a time. There we go. Today's 7 p.m. Now you have to realize, and you know it, Terry, I'm in Arizona. So it's 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And I think when you click on the invite from anywhere you are, looking at the invite, you will see it calculate to your time zone. I believe it will calculate to your time zone.
What time does it say Eastern time?
If I scroll up, it says when today, 3/5, I even put the date, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It says that. It does
say that?
Yes, it does. It says that. It says.
Well, I apologize.
Okay.
I did not see it.
Okay, so what are you going to send me?
And I looked because I said, if I ask Dave, he's going to call me an idiot. Or something. He's going to go crazy on me. And you said, I'm not going to tell you.
Right, I'm not going to.
And I said, oh, that bastard won't even tell me.
I was walking the dog.
I didn't see it.
I was walking the dog tonight, and I said to my wife, I said, you know, the caller that you hear all the time, because my wife's in the other room watching TV, so she can avoid me. So I'm walking the dog, and I say, you know, I got this Terry who calls up, and my wife knows your voice, although she's confused because she thinks I'm watching Hulu and I'm watching The Simpsons or All in the Family, so she's a little bit confused. She doesn't know who's actually calling in. She's thinking that Gene Stapleton from All in the Family is risen from the dead and haunting my show. I think she's passed away, and I tell her, I said, this girl Terry always asks me like 7 times what time the show's on, what time's the show on. I said, today, look it up on your own. I told you to look it up on your own. It wasn't that complicated.
No, you didn't say that.
What did I say?
You said, I'm not going to tell you.
Well, listen.
You didn't say look it up.
Well,
you said, I'm not going to tell you this time.
Right. Well, I didn't tell you, right? I didn't tell you. I was honest. I did not tell you.
No, you did not, David.
I did not tell you. I'm an honest guy. Look at that. I'm an honest guy. I did not tell you.
Oh, you're so honest, David. I just love your honesty.
Right.
I could have missed the show.
Right. Well, you wouldn't have been.
And I missed you.
You missed me. I think.
Yes, I did.
I think if you were driving your car and you saw me today, you would not have missed me. You would have ran my ass over. I don't think you would have missed me.
Tonight I would have.
You would have run my ass over, right? Would you have Would you have backed up and ran me over a second time? Would you have reversed and ran me over a second time?
No, I could never hurt you.
You would go around the block and run me over.
I'd like to smack your face. I'd like to beat the shit out of you is what I'd like to do.
There we go. There we go.
I wouldn't run you over with a car.
You wouldn't, okay.
I would never hurt you. You know how I would hurt you? I'd break one of your shirts. I'd pull your shirt apart.
I had a girl
that would hurt you more than anything.
Did I tell you guys that, you know, everyone that's offended and everyone that thinks that they're abusing women, they think guys are abusing women. I might have trickled on this topic before, but I was in my 20s. I was in Philadelphia. I went to this place in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania with a buddy of mine, and we went to, I think it was called the Royal Exchange or Hula Hands or something like this. I'm at this place and we're dancing. There was a girl there. She stuck her hand down my shirt, to grab the part of my body that was a lot bigger, hung back then. She went down to grab that area, and she ripped my shirt. Now, did I scream to her and I said, oh, I'm offended, I'm hurt, I'm being mistreated by a woman? No, I slept with her for the entire weekend. Her and I had sex the entire weekend. Was I offended? Absolutely not. Why is everyone so offended today? Why is everyone so lame and pussified and they're all upset? Why?
You worship your shirts.
Well, this one I would be pissed.
The shirts you wear now are beautiful. You worship them. You say, I said to you, I'll pull your hair out. And you said, I said, I'll grab your shirt. You said, oh, don't touch my shirt. My shirts are expensive. Well, I'll wear a cheap shirt, and then you can grab it.
No, let me correct you on that. If a woman that has an A cup or a B cup grabs my shirt and rips it, I'd be upset. If she's got a C or a D cup, I'm not going to be upset at all. She can rip my shirt. C or D cup, it's allowed to rip the
well, then I'd be perfect to rip your shirt right off there.
Well, we never had...
I'd like to take your favorite one and just rip it.
All right, now we never did...
I'm mad at you tonight, yeah. I really am, David.
What size cup do you have, Terry?
Huh?
What size cup do you have? I don't mean the drinking cup. I'm drinking out of my teacup, but what size cup do you wear? I'm curious.
A C.
You're a D?
A C.
A C. Okay, well, that's a good size to be. Good, okay, so...
I'm thin. I'm tall and thin.
You're tall and thin with a C cup. Wow, I got to get over to... Where do you live? Give me your address. I'll be there tomorrow. So you can run me over with your car, because I'm sure you're still going to continue to be angry with me till tomorrow. You're still angry now, or you're not angry anymore?
Oh, I'm David, you don't know how angry I was when you wouldn't answer tell me what time the show was on.
Well, that was...
I said, that little bastard, wait till I call in tonight.
Well, first of all, I was...
And then you got those stupid glasses on again.
No, I took them off, but I forgot to put them back on. Okay, they're on again.
Now you got your screen up. What is going on, David?
What happened? My screen froze again?
Yeah, now you're gone.
I'm gone. Well, that's because I'm masturbating right now because you told me I have a C cup. So I didn't want to show... I did not want to show that on the screen, so while I whack off, I blanked it out. So I'll be back in 30 seconds because I whack off really quick. All right, I'm back. I'm done. I'm done. All right, so Terry, I got to tell you, thanks for calling in tonight. I do want to get off the air because I'm only doing shows now, little fun shows I'm going to do. By the way, I've got some bands coming on. I'll tell you guys who are coming on 4/29. I've got on, I got Jimmy Richardson, who's coming on. I've got on Terry Hart, who's coming on. She's called Space Girl, by the way. And I also did an interview with... who else did I have on? Jessica Lynn. So I've got 3 guests already booked. I've got 2 more that are going to come on. You heard the band King Washington on. I'm going to have one of the guys from that band coming on. So the show's going to be fun. It's going to be a music show. We're going to do interviews with the guys. We're going to ask them how many groupies they slept with the night before. We're going to ask them what kind of woman they like when they're finished playing and they come down off stage. Who they want to engage with for good sex after their gig is finished.
Oh, Jesus, David.
We're going to deal with that, and we're going to deal with the music. We're going to deal with the music as well.
You're not going to ask that.
You don't think so? You don't think I've asked them that before?
I don't.
All right, well, we'll see.
Please don't.
No, please do.
You'll never get them back?
Well, if they don't come back, I'm going to be the guy with the most dominating radio show. With the best music. I took the glasses. I took the glasses off. See, you're not seeing me live. Your vision is off tonight. I took the glasses off. My glasses are off.
Well, I'm seeing a picture with you on. The glasses on.
Okay, well...
Your mouth is moving and I'm not hearing anything on the phone.
Okay, Jeff Banks says I'm going to be doing an obscure podcast live stream. It's going to be obscure when it begins, but if for you guys that used to follow the Dave Darren Show before, it used to get between 10,000 and 30,000 views. Now, someone's going to come on like Dick Groinpain. He's going to say, Dave, you're living in the past. Yeah, at one point you had 30,000 views. You think you're going to do that now? is a boomer. You think you're going to do that as a baby boomer? Yes, I do, because now I've got the PR people behind me. They used to promote the show. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna be the show that the bands that come on are gonna have to go through this show to make their mark in mainstream music. I'm gonna either be the roadblock or I'm gonna be the guy that carries you up that ladder to success. We're gonna have a formula of success. We're gonna be rocking a show out on 4/29. That's the air date of the first Dave Darren Music Show. So Terry, let me thank you for being on the show. I gotta get off the line right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cheers, Terry.
Good night, Annie.
Okay, good night. Okay, that's all I got for tonight. I'm going to play another commercial, and then we are going to say goodnight. I'll do the commercial, and I'll come back and I'll say goodnight politely, so we just don't end it on a commercial. Here we go, guys. Commercial break number 2.
No thanks. I'd rather have Russian Bear.
Who needs ammo? Russian Bear will knock your socks off. Any bodybuilder should know that.
Free bodybuilding program from Val Vassilif with Purchase.
It's civilized. It's restless. It's Mercury Cougar XR7, as unique in its own class as Continental Mark IV. Cougar is plush, deeply padded, fully instrumented, sure-footed on steel-belted radios, distinctive, with elegant opera window and bold classic grille.
Cougar is like nobody else's car. Cougar.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining tonight's show. Thanks for the callers calling in, Jeff and Terry. Thanks for you guys for listening, chatting with each other. Thanks for Blue Sparrow for being blocked and letting me remain you as blocked. Thanks to Dick Groin Pain for calling in, who got shut off by me. I talked to him for about 30 seconds, and I thought the dialogue he was going to bring up was going to be repeated. As lame as he was, I thought, I don't want a lame guy to be on the show once again. So I had to cut his ass off like he's I circumcised him. Let's just say I circumcised him, all right? That's all I got for tonight. I'll be on at some point to promote the music show whenever I randomly come back on. And Terry's going to ask when I'm going to randomly come back on with the time zone again. So maybe next time I'll be nice and I'll tell her, all right? That's all I got for tonight, guys. Ciao. See you guys later. Promote the music show whenever I randomly come back on. And Terry's going to ask when I'm going to randomly come back on with the time zone again. So maybe next time I'll be nice and I'll tell her, all right? That's all I got for tonight, guys. Ciao. See you guys later. Promote the music show whenever I randomly come back on. And Terry's going to ask when I'm going to randomly come back on with the time zone again. So maybe next time I'll be nice.
breathe, my oxygen is raining. Blood that runs through me races so rapidly, tense my aggression.
Retaliate, justify, so only